Hello, hello, my beautiful collectives. So, today I wanted to talk about the masculine energy in a feminine energy. So, we have the balance of masculine and feminine energy, but sometimes you can have more of one energy than the other, and this goes for masculine energy or feminine energy. But today I wanted to mainly focus on the feminine. And hi, my name is Luna. If this is your first time visiting me, this is the podcast with Healing with Luna. So welcome. If anything has inspired you in this message, remember to hit that subscribe button and join this community. So, masculine energy in a feminine, where it controls you more than your femininity. So why does this happen to you? And I know with myself, this has happened to me. So yes, we are born with this beautiful feminine energy. But when we go into survival, or something has happened in your life that you don't feel safe, that's mainly what it is. You don't feel safe. So what do? I'm going to give you 10 characteristics that may be happening. So if you really want to listen to this information, listen to this end, because I really found this very interesting and very inspiring to me, because I never really knew that this was going on until I started my own healing journey. And remember, healing journey lasts a lifetime. The more you heal, the more you learn, the more you absorb, and the more power you obtain. So, the first concept I want to talk about is you shield. You're trying to shield yourself. You're wounded. You're wounded feminine. What does that mean? That means that there's some part in your life that you were hurt really bad. You felt like you were not safe. And this does come back to when you were smaller. Did you not feel safe with your upbringing? Who did not shield you from things they should have shielded you from? So you become trying to not allow anybody to hurt you again. You don't want to feel that pain anymore. So you put a shield. You don't let nobody get in. So the second concept is you feel very hurt. You don't want anybody to hurt you again. You don't want this anymore. So you're trying to do everything and anything to protect yourself, protect your energy, protect your essence. But those are the characteristics of a masculine energy. So the third concept is you need to defend yourself. You're always trying to defend yourself. You're not easily able to get criticism from anyone, because you're always trying to defend yourself. You don't want to hear it. You're just like, no. This is what I feel. This is what I am doing. And this is what I feel comfortable with. This could be in relationships. This could be even in your work, or just any relationship you have in life. You are always wanting to defend who you are and what you're trying to protect. The fourth concept is you want safety. And this again steers from when you were a child. So when you were your childhood, why didn't you feel safe? So what they advise when you have this kind of energy is really go back and see, why was this happening to me? You know, what happened in my life? And I know a lot of people, including myself, when I was on my healing journey in the beginning, I didn't want to go back in time. I kind of blocked it out, and people would ask me things and I didn't want to remember. Why? Because I didn't want to go back in time. But now I can see what happened. I'm not afraid of it anymore, because once you start healing, you let go of that fear. So What safety did you not receive? Who didn't protect you or you felt didn't get protected from? You have an inner shield, the fifth concept. Again, you are trying to guard and protect yourself. This is what a masculine energy is supposed to do for the divine feminine, so she can feel safe, secure, and fall into her divine feminine energy. Not, okay, I have to work, I have to provide. If I don't provide, I'm not going to have shelter, I'm not going to have food. And I know that happened with me because there was a time in my life, yes, looking at me, you might not really know, I was homeless at one time. I was living in my car, pregnant with my second child, not knowing where I was going to live, not knowing how I was going to eat, and I had to take full action. Yes, as a masculine energy, I had to provide. And that was very fearful. So yes, I became very harsh. So the sixth concept is your fears, where you felt rejected, where you felt feeling not seen, where you feeling like you were not good enough or deserving of someone to help you. So you say, okay, the only person is me. I am the only person that I can help myself. And yes, I felt that when that happened, because I went to family. I had asked them, you know, can I have some time to get back on my feet? And I was told no. So I had to do it on my own. And you attract men that you want to shield them, you want to protect them, and you want to help them. So what does that mean? Excuse me. Hold on. Sorry. So you attract men, the opposite sex, that you want to protect and you want to help and you want to shield. So you attract men that are more in their femininity. They allow you to protect them. They allow you to help them. And they just sit back and receive. And you give and you give. And then you wonder, why are they just taking from me? And they're not moving it and helping me. Why are you just sitting around not wanting to help? Why are you not trying to provide and give to me? Why? Because they feel like you are the man. They are the feminine. It doesn't matter the genitals, guys. If you take on that role, they take on the other role. You need to protect the masculine, like I said, the eighth concept. And 9, you lose yourself. You lose your femininity. And yes, you can dress very feminine, because a lot of people feel that just because you dress very feminine, you are feminine. Like I said, many years I was in my masculine. You probably looking at me walking down the street, you would be like, oh no, she's feminine. No, I was very masculine, because I was the provider, I was doing, and I was always the one that was taking charge of any relationship I was in. It was me. And you, like I said, you lose your femininity. I felt like I had no feminine energy, and I felt like, okay, why are they not wanting to give? Until I decided I don't want to be in that wounded feminine energy anymore. I am going to do it, and I'm going to shift, and I'm going to change this energy, because I do see that I am worthy of receiving this. And yes, you can have boundaries when you're in your feminine energy, because a lot of people feel like when you're in your feminine energy, you cannot have boundaries. Yes, you could be in your femininity. You can be soft, gentle, and just say, no, that is not going to work for me. No, I am not going to accept that kind of relationship. No, I am just going to leave. I don't need to get upset. I don't need to get angry. I don't need to shout. I don't need to scream. I just remove myself from the situation. It's not serving me. And this is what I've learned. Because yes, I used to get angry. I used to get mad. I used to shout. I used to voice my opinion. I wanted to be heard. Now, I don't really see the need when somebody is trying to be defensive with me or a little bit sarcasm with me. I stop myself and I remove myself from the energy I don't want to be around. This could be another feminine, this could be another masculine, this could be family, this could be a loved person, a relationship, a romantic relationship. You do you. If you are not wanting to be in this dynamic the way we are supposed to be giving to each other, the way that the masculine and the feminine dynamic should work. And you know, don't get me wrong, there's some people that like being the masculine in the energy, feminine energy. But for me, that was not working for me. I felt very lost. I felt very frustrated. I felt very confused. I felt very blocked. And I felt very tired and drained and unappreciated. So I said, no, I am not doing this anymore. I am putting myself in my feminine energy and receiving. And if this person doesn't want to be in their true masculine, then we just do not align and do not match. So I hope this information helped you, because I never knew that I was doing this. Now I see what I was doing, and I learned how to shift this energy. So my next video, if you guys want to get the part 2 to the Divine Masculine Wounded Feminine Energy and how to shift it, watch my next video I will be making. So I hope this information helped. And again, if you guys would like some assistance on a private one-on-one, go to luna-priestess.com. And again, remember, if any of this information helped you, subscribe to the channel so you can get more healing energy and spirituality. I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.